I wait all week for this.
You wait all week for this.
Yeah, then I'm exhausted.
And then this is the day that you're
Sorry about the hat.
I just relocated to Bath, which is where I live now. And in Bath, my local sports field has a cycle track on it. So there, some people from Austria came over to promote Cycleball, and a good friend of mine saw that, videoed it, showed me it, and said, "Look at this crazy sport." And I just thought, this is perfect for me. A little bit crazy, a little bit unusual, and I tried it and I loved it.
Protect that, Nico! Good play on. Risky pass there, Nico. So I was a community cycling coach at Bath. I was paid to take bikes to youth hubs and schools to try and get kids active, and I'm there with these mountain bikes at a youth hub on an outdoor basketball court in Bath and trying to persuade these kids to ride the bikes, but all they wanted to do was play football, right? They just had a ball and they were looking at me going, I'm not interested. So they'd show up and I'd say, okay, right, well, let's just combine the two. Let's just bring the bikes I've got. So they'd dangle their feet down off the bikes and just kick the ball, and we just kind of were having fun with it. And all they want to do is skids and wheelies, and that's what Cycleball is. Okay, so you've got to be able to adjust fast. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, that's fine. But the exercise works, but it's adjusting fast.
So here are the rules, right? You got a ball, 2 bikes per team, and you've got to get the ball in the net. And there are limitations. If somebody has the ball, you can't just crash into them and hope that'll get you the ball. The best thing you can do is block them so that they can't get to the goal. Or if the ball's exposed to you, you can get your way to getting the ball off them.
That ability to control the ball into that protected position from speed as you finish your So we'll have one on each side, other people resting, and they'll pass it back to the waiting player who can play it straight. Okay, okay, so we'll go for... So the team that went to Ghent for the World Championships, Mark Percival and Jensen Harris were the kind of the 2 players on the team. So Jensen, from near the very beginning, has been involved in, that's why he's the best in the country at it. Mark is someone I met at university through the triathlon club there. I think he used to play unicycle hockey and stuff like that. So cycleball was just mainstream for him, really. Dylan and Nico are the 2 young players that came as reserves to the Worlds in Ghent. Both of those have come through the Pseudo Scorpions, which is the youth cycling club. And Thomas, he is a man of mystery.
That's exhausting. Nobody tell you? That's exhausting.
So my role as I joined Cycleball, what I saw is Felix, who had this dream, and a whole bunch of kids who wanted to cycle a bit. And what I found by being one of the, being old, I'm twice Felix's age nearly. Crazy, feel it. I bring kind of the sense of being part of a society. So one thing I was very keen to do is just have a sense of achievement if we score a goal together. So, high-fiving and things like that became more of a thing, which I think is a very important part of feeling you've scored a goal, you're part of a team, not quite jumping up and down like football players, but celebrating with young people. They haven't got the experience of life to feel comfortable doing anything, if I remember myself. So just to have some kind of greeting when you arrive, just to say hi and, care about people, is what you do a club for.
There was lots of people from all kinds of places that kind of went, it's Felix and his weird little thing, and we'll humour it. And I was laughed out of the room more times than is healthy for someone. I think there was an element of naivety, I guess, for us in how far we had to go. And until this year when they travelled to Frankfurt for the training camp and then going to the World Championships, we'd never played against anyone else. We'd never played a game with a referee before, right? And we'd played very few games with proper goals, as you've seen. Our goals fall over and the boards fall over, and we joke about it, but genuinely, when we arrived at the Worlds, it was one of my big anxieties, I guess, almost, was that I knew there was a good chance we'd be the weakest team there, and would people look at us and go, okay, well, they don't deserve to be here. What are they doing? They're just here kind of making themselves look foolish and they're not taking it seriously enough. And that was completely not the case. Every single person was right behind us. They wanted us to succeed as best they could. Even the teams we were playing against wanted us to be able to do the best we could.
There was a tremendous buzz because we were the underdogs and always were in every game. So we had a whole set of German fans with a British flag supporting us. So it was a family feeling and we felt very much part of the atmosphere.
It sounds like a platitude, right? Like people say it quite often, right? Oh yeah, our club is like a family. But genuinely, when we got to Ghent and we were engrossed in that, it was even more than I could ever have imagined. Like it truly is an amazing community. Just playing that first game was the success criteria, and then as we went through the tournament, we just were able to put one thing on top of the other little by little. And the first day we didn't score a goal, but we'd kind of progressed to the point where we'd gone from losing 15-0 to losing 8-0. So okay, it's small progress, but it's progress.
Well, I think that everyone's worked so hard, and I just really hope they can get something to take home that they're really proud of.
There was a great sense of achievement there. It was a dream that Felix had. It was what we had all worked towards a long time. We weren't experts, so we focused on what we could do and how we played, and that paid off really well. Maybe it's age, but I was more nervous swimming internationally and you're in front of everybody with just your swimmers on. That's more nerve-wracking.
We had 2 games and scored in both games, and were leading a game for the first time, and really started to feel like we were part of a competition rather than just trying to hold back the waves and waves of attack with what we had.
What was it like when Jensen finally scored that goal?
It was unbelievable. Yeah.
Pride is something that can be applied to many things. Your child comes home from school with a good bit of homework and you go, oh, I'm so proud of you. But then when you see your child score their first, not only their first goal, but their country's first goal, you know, they are in the history books as a result of following their dream, then yeah. I mean, this says it all.
I managed to get 3 in the end, so that was like a proper cool feeling. And then once I scored that first goal and they were like, GB's just made history, it was like, yeah, that's cool.
If you have a dream and you follow that dream and you keep, you know, applying that dream, you can make things happen. And I think what this has illustrated is this is the very basic foundation of that whole ethos that, you know, they could have sat back and gone, well, we haven't got what we need. There's no way we're going to be able to achieve what we want to achieve. But they haven't done that. They've continued to follow the dream to get to where they want to go. And in doing that, they have then been noticed.
Feel about that, Felix?
Marco said we had tears in our eyes.
Yeah. One goal now. That's amazing.
We've always been really happy with what we've achieved. A real energy to the team. It's not just equivalent to kicking a football around now. There's ambition, there's goals. It's not only a small startup idea of a sport, but also a big dream.
And do you have any team goals for that established yet?
What we would love to be able to do is to win a game.
I am ambitious. I want to try and continue to kind of push it on, and it's the same with the cycling team. We've achieved a lot, and yet I'm still going, oh yeah, but we could do this much more, and we could do this much more. And I don't think it's okay, yeah, sit back. We've achieved everything we can achieve with this, and so I'm very proud of what everyone has brought together already to get us this far. But there's still more work to do.